Coming up right now on Animal Outtakes, we'll take you to an amazing Panther Conservation Center in this week's edition of Preserve and Protect, and the heartwarming story of a 10-year-old girl who made it her mission to save a panther with cancer. And the dogs of the week are Cocker Spaniels. You'll meet one of the fastest for his size in the country. That and more on Animal Outtakes. Hello, I'm Marcia Panucci. Welcome to another edition of Animal Outtakes. Zeus and I have a really exciting show lined up for you today. We truly believe animals are our special friends, and whatever we do for them, they return 10 times over with love and loyalty. So we begin with a perfect example of that. For those of us in animal rescue, we have to have grit, guts, patience, and perseverance. I recently talked with a kindred spirit and my good friend Judy at Panther Ridge, who has all of these qualities and more.
He can be totally resting out in the field. When he sees me coming, it's, oh, maybe Mom has something for me. I think I've wanted to do this since I was 3 years old. I've had a lifelong love of animals, and in the early 90s, it may have been a midlife crisis, but whatever it was, I went through all of the procedures to get a permit to have a small exotic cat as a personal pet. And I must say, in retrospect, for 99% of people on Earth, this is not a good idea. They are too labor-intensive, too time-intensive.
Time, labor, and love, Judy persevered. And from that very first animal, her life would be forever changed.
This is an unbelievable acrobat of a cat. I just have evolved into this extreme love of cats. And since I first started with my own cat, I have now, over these past 15, 20 years, been watching what's going on in the world, and I see that these cats are all in danger. So the thrust of Panther Ridge Conservation Center really is getting more into the conservation aspect of it and trying to, through our educational tours and whatever method we can, put out to the world that these are treasures that we can't lose.
As a 501c3, which is a not-for-profit, how do you exist other than your own private funds?
We exist on revenue from tours. We do get some grants. We have a core group of supporters who will become grand benefactors of the cats, which really helps to support each individual one on a yearly basis. And we're getting into some grant writing.
Big cats mean big expenses. And I wondered how much it cost in a year to keep a cat healthy and happy.
Somewhere between $5,000 and $8,000, and I may be a little conservative on those numbers, because it's not only the food, the veterinary care, the supplements, all of the enrichment items that are used on a daily basis, but it's also maintenance, which is a huge part of taking care of our enclosures, making sure they're up to snuff and are first rate.
We'd like to talk about the food because these cats need to eat.
They certainly do.
So what is their average diet?
They usually eat a diet of beef, boneless, skinless turkey thigh. We throw a few chicken necks in for crunch, which also helps scale their teeth. They get vitamins, minerals, whole prey supplementation, so every cat will get size appropriate whole prey that comes frozen, and we distribute it every day to every cat. And then there are the occasional treats, like going to Publix and buying a carriage full of beef back rib bones, and that is unanimously everyone's favorite.
That may be the case, but I can see that Judy is their favorite human.
Oh, goodness, what's going on?
They really know you.
They do know me, but I have been the consistency in their life, some of them for 14, 15, 18 years. And they know who they can depend on. I must say that I have such a talented group working with me now that they are really getting to know those people as well, and I'm able to delegate the joy.
And there's no shortage of joy at Panther Ridge Conservation Center. If you'd like to receive and spread joy, visit them at pantherridge.org to find out how you can get involved to preserve and protect these big cats. As Judy mentioned, it's not a good idea to keep a big cat as a pet. So thank goodness that there are places like Panther Ridge who are equipped to help out. You can, however, adopt or sponsor one of their many cats. And if you're a dog lover, remember you can adopt a dog or sponsor a dog at Dante's Den as well. What incredible dedication. Another person who was inspired by the Panthers is a 10-year-old girl. When we come back, she took on an impossible challenge, but love and hard work made this kid and critter a special story. So don't go away.
Because she had the same exact name as me, and I just felt really bad for her. And they needed help, and I love animals so much, so I was like, oh, it would be really helpful for me to donate money to them.
For thousands of years, we've been humans' best friend. You've been through a lot, and we've been right there with you. A dog is part of the family, a confidant, and a friend who always knows how to get into your heart. So what happens to our beloved companions when we can no longer care for them? This is why we've created Dante's Den, an innovative, state-of-the-art facility that will provide care for up to 100 dogs.
Dante's Den is a community for joyful dogs.
Millions of Americans face uncertainty when planning for the future of beloved pets who may well outlive them. Dante's Den is a charitable organization, so in whatever capacity you can, please lend your support so that we may continue this most wonderful work.
Dante and I would like to thank you for watching and for also opening up your hearts to our wonderful community of joyful dogs.
Learn about the many ways you could become involved by visiting dantesden.org.
Crested caracara is listed in Florida as threatened. Their numbers have declined due to many factors, including illegal hunting. Help support efforts to eliminate the threat of illegal hunting, not just for birds of prey such as the caracara, but for all wildlife. Always alert authorities if you see people hunting illegally, or if you see wildlife parts such as feathers being sold illegally.
Welcome back. Our next story is about a medical challenge that is an inspiration. On today's Kids and Critters, we return to Panther Ridge to feature a very special girl with a big cause and a big heart to match.
And I'm very excited that he is going to start a course of medication very shortly.
I don't know many typical 10-year-olds willing to give their time and energy to fundraising, but Audrey Thompson is anything but typical.
Well, my mom, she found an article in the newspaper about Panther Ridge, and they just went through a panther who had cancer, and they needed money for her to help her get through her cancer. So I was like, oh, how about I donate some money? So then I started doing fundraisers for them, and I sold lollipops And I raised money then for my birthday. Instead of asking for gifts, I asked for donations, and I donated here.
Audrey started raising money for Panther Ridge when she was just 7 years old, and that first Panther held a special connection for her.
Because she had the same exact name as me, and I just felt really bad for her. And they needed help, and I love animals so much, so I was like, oh, it would be really helpful for me to donate money to them.
This experience has not only been helpful to the animals at Panther Ridge, it has set the course for Audrey's future.
Well, when I'm older, I want to own my own sanctuary like Miss Judy, and I want to have all types of animals there, and I want to take in ones that are hurt or sick and can't go back into the wild and help them out.
You just never know how you might affect the life of a child, and Miss Judy has been quite an inspiration to Audrey.
Well, she inspires me because she has all these animals and she takes care of them, and she shows me that one person can take care of all these animals and really make a difference.
And there's no doubt in my mind that Audrey will continue to make her own mark in animal rescue.
I'm going to try my best.
That was really special. And our next story is about a very busy lady who spends her days in a newsroom, but she also finds time to care for her beloved dogs. Here's today's VI Pets.
You know, it's hard to have a bad day when there's a golden around. Donner is 5. I'd always wanted a large dog. Living in apartments throughout most of my life wasn't really conducive to it. And then when I bought a house, one of the first things I wanted, some people want landscaping and big furniture, and I wanted a big dog. So I wanted a golden retriever because of their friendly nature and the easy to train. And he was everything I hoped he could be. He sleeps on the bed. I vowed when I got him he was not going to be a bed sleeper, and that lasted one day. But he was very good from the beginning. He likes to sleep on the bed and keeps me warm, and he's allowed on the couch as well. But a lot of times he just likes to go lay on the ground by himself. So anytime he, tennis balls, one year for Christmas I got him a basket of 50 tennis balls, and it was just heaven for him. From time to time he will play with other toys like these, but really once you start a game of ball, you're trapped for about an hour. He just loves chasing it, doesn't chase frisbees or sticks or anything, but those little fuzzy tennis balls are his life. The only caveat to him is he loves water but hates baths. Oh. So apparently he only likes dirty water. There are still days my feelings are hurt when I leave doggy daycare after dropping him off because he forgets I exist. He just goes in, walks off with someone else, and a little bit you want to be like, well, I'll miss you too. So he does great. He loves it, and he's gone to several of them, and he's always gotten really good report cards. After working a long day and then working in the newsroom, you see people on their worst days, and you see a lot of tragedies and stuff, and it's hard to not take that home with you, but to go home and have a happy face greeting you, and if you've worked a long, stressful day like election night, I worked a 20-hour shift. It was just exhausting, but to come home and know and see that face there, it's good to know that there's someone that's always going to be happy to see you when you come home.
What a truly happy family. We continue with the canine theme when we return. The beloved Cocker Spaniel, a popular breed, and as you will learn, a very agile and athletic breed as well. So stay tuned.
People have asked me what it'll cost to restore all the corals back to the way they remember. But I have to ask them, what will it cost if we don't do anything?
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this. Home Sweet Home has you covered. Every week, the best home experts on the Sun Coast reveal their best tips and best tricks for inspiration and transformation. Watch Home Sweet Home every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and 11:30 p.m. on ABC 7. Visit HomeSweetHomeFLA.com.
You've seen me roll for 100 G's, but I got a little more than dough riding on this one. They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. And so the best that I can do is pray. Luck, be a lady tonight.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This week's Dog of the Week is sure to capture your heart. None other than the adorable Cocker Spaniel. Well, 3 to be exact, and one that is truly special. Susan, back in the 1950s, if you can remember, everybody was to have a beautiful house with a white picket fence, 2 children, and a Cocker Spaniel.
That's right.
Well,
that's right.
You have 3 of them now in the year 2017. Tell us about these beautiful dogs, these Cocker Spaniels.
Well, they were originally bred as small hunting dogs, and the name comes from the woodcock, a small bird in England that they would hunt and they would flush and retrieve. And they became popular in America because they're a wonderful size, and they're compact, and they do have a lot of energy. They were bred to go all day in the field and hunt all day in the field and be a good companion as well. And so they do need a job. They like to have a job.
So Susan keeps her Cockers very busy. Or maybe it's the other way around.
Mine have me well trained, and so we do agility, and we drive them all over the place to travel and do fun things. And they're a lot of fun. They make me laugh every day.
But there's a method to her madness.
I think my very first puppy instructor with Jack, many years ago now, said a tired dog is a good dog.
Yeah.
And that's proven true.
Cocker Spaniels are known for their loyalty, friendliness, and are very affectionate dogs. And Susan's 3 live up to their reputation. Well, you can see how wonderful, warm, and friendly and trusting they are, because I have Jack here, who is 15?
15 and a half.
And Jack is unable to see at this moment, and he doesn't hear. But he's in my lap and he's just cuddling like crazy, and so he's very comfortable. And we have Boxster. Yes, he knows his name. And so does Miss Blue Sky, who is Boxster's half-sister.
And she was a grand champion in the show ring, so we have pictures of her with a beautiful long coat. But her owner passed away, and so she came to us, and now we do agility with her. And so she's relatively new. We've had her 2 years, a little over 2 years, and she is just really coming into her own this summer.
Cockers are snuggle bunnies that can make very good therapy dogs. But in Jack's case, the comfort has to come from his human caretaker. Now, you have a disabled dog here.
Yes.
And our kudos go to you because other people would throw up their arms. But he's too precious.
He is.
So what type of accommodations have you made for him so that he can continue to have a wonderful life with you and his brother and sister?
We figured he would have the sense of smell and the sense of touch. So we have stairs everywhere at our house, and we use a different mat at the top of all the stairs and at the bottom. So the mats at the bottom are smooth, and the mats at the top have some texture to them. And he knows when he gets to the top or the bottom of the stairs, so he does all the stairs. And in the middle of the night, if I need to get downstairs quickly, it's nice to have that.
Absolutely. He remembers the stairs.
Yes.
So let's make this the Dog of the Week, Owner of the Week. Paws up to Susan for taking such good care of all of her dogs, including Jack, who despite his challenges, continues to have a great quality of life. Cocker Spaniels are the smallest member of the group recognized by the American Kennel Club as the sporting dog family. And they've been recognized by the AKC for a very long time, since 1878. Be sure to come right back. You don't want to miss this week's Dr. Dog. Up next.
Ear cleaning solution in the ear, and then you want to massage it.
For thousands of years, we've been humans' best friend. You've been through a lot, and we've been right there with you. A dog is part of the family, a confidant, and a friend who always knows how to get into your heart. So what happens to our beloved companions when we can no longer care for them? This is why we've created Dante's Den, an innovative, state-of-the-art facility that will provide care for up to 100 dogs.
Dante's Den is a community for joyful dogs.
Millions of Americans face uncertainty when planning for the future of beloved pets who may well outlive them. Dante's Den is a charitable organization, so in whatever capacity you can, please lend your support so that we may continue this most wonderful work.
Dante and I would like to thank you for watching and for also opening up your hearts to our wonderful community of joyful dogs.
Learn about the many ways you could become involved by visiting dantesden.org.
Over 90% of the seafood that is coming in to this country is raised in areas of the world that don't have the highest standards. And so our approaches are aimed for two things. One is to help feed the world. The second is to do it in an environmentally friendly and sustainable way.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
At SWC Properties, we pride ourselves in providing to you the very best in customer satisfaction, and the secret's getting out. Maybe that's why so many people have chosen to list their homes with our friendly and qualified agents. After all, it only makes sense to list with a growing agency that markets in so many places. To list your home with SWC, give us a call at our office and ask for Teresa Witt.
It's been an emotional time politically and socially this year.
But during a season when hearts are a little more open to love, we want to talk about good things to believe in.
We believe in teamwork and building trust.
We believe every cloud has a silver lining.
We believe in treating everyone with respect.
We believe in community involvement.
We believe every person has a story.
We hope you believe too.
Happy holidays from ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better eater.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Animal Outtakes is produced by Dante's Den Foundation, a nonprofit group dedicated to creating the best life for dogs. If you would like to learn more about Dante's Den, donate, or volunteer, visit our website, dantesden.org. Thanks for staying with us. Let's go to Dr. Anne Chauvet for some extra tips for our dogs.
So talking about cleaning ears, that's quite a drama at home a lot of the time. So I always recommend doing this outside because they are going to check the ears and it's going to get messy and you may have to change your shirt. So especially in a big dog as such, you want to go ahead and make sure that you use a solution that is recommended by your veterinarian and you want to squirt it in there. Sometimes you upside down the bottle. I like to have a little bottle with a pump because it gives me a very small amount and I can control what's in there. So you squirt a little bit of the fluid, which is the ear cleaning solution, in the ear, and then you want to massage it. And then when you let go, be ready for the dog to shake its ear because it's going to have fluid in there. You want to go ahead and do the other side. And you can see this here is a little bit dirtier. So you would squirt something in there and you would massage it. And you want to massage the canal, you want to massage the ear. Then let the dog shake it off. After that, you can either use either a kitchen towel, a Kleenex or tissue, or you can go ahead and use a cotton swab and just take off the excess from the grooves. Any dog will let you do that without any problems. You always want to take the excess with a towel. And the reason is your finger is too big usually to go in there. You can use a cotton swab, do the other ear, do a cotton swab, and you can get a lot of the junk out of there this way. Okay?
Why is that important?
Then when you decide to use Q-tips, so I really recommend that when you use Q-tip, use it very carefully. I recommend always that you clean the outer part of the ear first. So you get to go in the grooves gently. When it comes to going inside, you must keep track of the white of the Q-tip. Never let go of the white. So if you lose the white, you're too deep. And mostly you have a chance of the dog shaking, your Q-tip breaking, and then you've got to go to the vet to get it out. If you do this in a cat, good luck. They're a little bit more reluctant, but definitely in a cat you will find yourself making sure that you see most of your Q-tip if you're cleaning the outer ear. This is a basset, so it's just really easy. But you always want to stay on the outside. How often can you clean the dog's ear? You probably shouldn't clean it more than a couple of times a week. You don't want to get them irritated as well. And you want to make sure you follow the therapy with your vet. If you have any ear infections, you want to go ahead and follow up with your vet. Do not clean the ears if you're not having any problems, because you can actually lead to irritation of the skin in the ears and create infections.
You can watch full episodes of Animal Outtakes by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Just visit youtube.com/animalouttakes.
I can't believe another show is already over. Zeus, what did you really think about those Cocker Spaniels? I bet they could give you a run for your money. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you've had fun and learned something about our animal friends. I'm Marcia Panucci. Join us next week for another animal adventure on Animal Outtakes.
Yeah, big dork.
That's what they're all about, is play.
Oh yeah. But you know, it's like they're practicing for their hunting skills in the wild. They always go for that neck and the face. She's such a better wrestler than he is.
Looks like she's a little more agile than he is.
Extremely.
She does. She's very smooth in her
Yes,
turn.
She is.
Yeah.
And she uses her tail, if you pay attention, to kind of flip her body.
You're smooth. You are smooth.
Bless you.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Don Brennan. Year after year, Americans have been living longer lives, but now a new report reveals a reversal in that trend. Monday on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll take a look at why life expectancy rates are dropping, and we'll tell you what can be done to improve them. John?
A warm-up begins for the new work week. We'll tell you how warm it gets bright and early Monday.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. ABC7 is proud to present Line Dance Central. Now you can learn popular country and not-so-country line dances from the comfort of your own home. Just visit mysuncoast.com, click on Entertainment, and you'll be kicking up your boots or flip-flops in no time. Brought to you by the White Buffalo Saloon and Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you, weeknights at 5.
Attention breast cancer survivors. If you experience permanent hair loss or baldness after chemotherapy, you may qualify for a cash award. Thousands of women suffering breast cancer were given a chemotherapy drug without being warned about the possibility of irreversible alopecia. If you or a loved one suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy, call 888-622-8732. Time to file a claim is limited. 888-622-8732. That's 888-622-8732.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.